Hey guys, welcome to another Five Nights at Freddy's video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about YOUTOOZ. Now, I'm pretty sure we all know what YOUTOOZ is. It's this company that makes figures that are a little bit expensive, but they're really high quality. And recently, they've been making Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. So, in today's video, I made some concepts and edits of Five Nights at Freddy's YOUTOOZ that I'm going to be showing to all of you. And also, I'm going to be comparing some of these to the actual product when it comes out. For instance, Sun and the Glamrock Freddy plush, I will be comparing them to the actual one when it gets revealed. But for now, let's get into the video. So the first one we got up is Glamrock Bonnie. This one I'm really proud of because this was the first one I made. Now, this one I don't think YOUTOOZ would ever make because this is a fan-made character, unless he is in the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin DLC. But I doubt they would make him otherwise. And I think this wouldn't be his design either because I used Darko's design for my reference. So this one's pretty good. I used Monty's body and Bonnie's head because YOUTOOZ for Chica and Freddy used the original Freddy and Chica's head. And it seems like they're basing it off of those. So I based this one off the original Bonnie head from the original Bonnie YOUTOOZ. Overall, I think this is one of the best ones I made. I really like it. This one took me a long time to make too. I hope YOUTOOZ makes a Glamrock Bonnie eventually, but we have to see what happens in the new Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach DLC. So the first out of the toy animatronics that we got is Toy Freddy. Now, this figure I think is one of the best I made. I don't know, it's just like, it's off of the original Freddy YOUTOOZ. It's the base. I made him a new head. I worked on him a little bit, made him a little bit chubbier, made him a new torso. Honestly, I think it looks pretty good. I wouldn't be mad if this is the official Freddy, of what the official Freddy looks like. It looks good. Alright, now it's down to Toy Bonnie. Alright, now we got Toy Bonnie. This one, I really like. Originally, I was going to make a different variant of this for my YouTube channel of my mascot, which is, I kind of like Spring Toy Bonnie. But I decided not to because this video is already as late as it is. But all of the YOUTOOZ for the toy animatronics are similar to the original ones. They all have the same poses, kind of, because I used the originals as the base. Besides Toy Chica. Toy Chica was all original. Same, Mangle I used Foxy's head, but that's for the next ones. But Freddy and Bonnie, well, Toy Freddy and Toy Bonnie, are very similar to the original ones that we actually got. Like, Toy Bonnie has the same pose, Toy Freddy has the same pose, Toy Chica's a little bit different. But yeah, I really like Toy Bonnie. I hope this is what the official ones look like. But I'm pretty sure they're making them. YOUTOOZ said that something about like a wave. I don't know what's going on with it though. I would really like to see this. YOUTOOZ, if you're watching this, feel free to use the concepts for the official figures. Alright, now it's down to Toy Chica. Okay, so now it's getting to Toy Chica. This one is very different than Chica. The cupcake is the only thing I used from the original Chica design. But besides that, it's basically just like a Toy Chica drawing. This was probably my least favorite I made. It was the most rushed too. I kind of forgot about Toy Chica for a while, and I just did it quickly. But YOUTOOZ, I hope YOUTOOZ looks different than this one, because like mine doesn't look that great. But nevertheless, now it's into one of the best ones I made, Mangle. Okay, so Mangle, this one took a while to make. It was very different than all the other YOUTOOZ figures that I made. And it took a while, but if YOUTOOZ did make this, it would probably be $40 or $50. But I don't think theirs would look exactly like mine, besides the endoskeleton head. The endoskeleton head, I feel like, is like almost identical to what YOUTOOZ would look like. If YOUTOOZ also made this, they'd probably have a stand going around its waist to keep it up from falling down. So they'd probably have that. And I used Foxy's YOUTOOZ as a reference for the head, because they stylized Foxy to have like little like tufts on the top of his head. And everything else I kind of just used a picture of Mangle for to make the body. I scaled down the endoskeleton head to look more like YOUTOOZ head. And I think they might make one eye white because Mangle is missing an eye. Alright, now let's get on to the puppet. So the puppet is the last one out of the toy animatronics. This one took a while. It would kind of be like, this one I feel like would be the same price. I gave it the stand because it's based off the Funko Pop, and I feel like it would be like very wobbly if it didn't have it. But yet the puppet's very narrow and thin, so it would be kind of hard, so I gave it the box to help it stand. This one I really like. The eyes are different because the puppet doesn't have like the animatronic eyes, so it's different. It's used the regular YOUTOOZ eyes. You'll see that with Ballora too. Alright, speaking of Ballora, let's get on to the sister location animatronics. Start with Circus Baby. So Circus Baby is very similar to the Funko Pop that Funko made because of the pose and everything. But besides that, I used a picture of Circus Baby for the head, made it a little bit bigger so it has like the YOUTOOZ style. I gave it, honestly I can picture them doing blue or green eyes, but I think they did green, so I gave it green. I used the colors from the Funko action figure, and honestly, this one was one of my favorites. Yeah, that's Circus Baby. Now let's get on to Funtime Freddy. So this was not made by me. This was made by my friend Constantine. Now Constantine is a really good friend of mine, but he doesn't have any social medias for me to link him in. But he will be in videos in the future to help me out. So Constantine, if you're watching this, thank you so much. This looks so much better than my drawings, and you're a great artist. All right. So for the head, YOUTOOZ has been using the original Freddy, like the original animatronics heads for reference. Like Glamrock Freddy has the original Freddy's head, and Glamrock Chica has a very inspired original Chica head. Kind of mixed about this. I don't know if I really like it that much, but it's alright. But for this one, I used the original Freddy's head, changed it a little bit to look like Funtime Freddy, and I used the original Bonnie's head. Well, Constantine used the original Bonnie's head and used it for Bon. Now, this one looks really good. Thank you again, Constantine, for drawing this for me. It's one of the best ones in the video, in my opinion. And, yeah, now let's get on to Funtime Foxy. Now, for Funtime Foxy, I used Foxy's head as a base, kind of like what I was talking about earlier. So I did that for Foxy. Now, for him, I'm just going to call him a him because I think he's a boy. But, yeah, for Funtime Foxy, I gave him the iconic pose of him in his Showtime position from the trailer for sister location. And yeah, Funtime Foxy is also I used the action figure for colors. And yeah, that's Funtime Foxy. Now let's get into Ballora. Okay, so Ballora, it has to be one of my favorite ones that I drew. I don't know, it just looks so good. But for the eyes, I had 3 options. I could have given it eye sockets with pink eyes, like in the jump scare pose. The Funko, what they did with the Funko Pop, I could have gave her closed eyes, which didn't look that good. It just didn't look like a YOUTOOZ figure. Or I could give it the YOUTOOZ eyes. And I gave it the YOUTOOZ ones. It looked the best. But besides that, I didn't add any Minarinos. I was thinking of doing it, but I didn't. But if this video does good, I'll probably add them in a part 2 or something. But yeah, that's Ballora. Now let's get on to some other YOUTOOZ I made. Okay, for Glamrock Foxy, I used the original Foxy's head as a base, kind of like what they did with Glamrock Freddy and Glamrock Chica. But I don't know if I really like. YOUTOOZ is probably never gonna make this one. I hope they do, because this one looks pretty good in my opinion. But they probably won't make this one. Maybe Glamrock Bonnie. I can picture them making Glamrock Bonnie, but I don't think they'll make Glamrock Foxy. But I do have another security breach character I drew, which is Sun. Okay, for Sun, I put him in one of his iconic poses, the one that the steel wall rendered. I think it's a pretty good pose for him. I couldn't really do the one where he's jumping into the daycare. That one was kind of hard to do, so I just did this one. Honestly, this one was pretty good. Sadly, I didn't make a moon. I'll make him probably if there's a part 2, but this is Sun. He was pretty good. I used the plush for reference. So yeah, let's get into an actual plush I made of Glamrock Freddy plush. Now, I made this plush before they revealed the Bonnie and Chica YOUTOOZ plush, and before they revealed they're actually making security breach plushes. So, this one's probably going to look very different than the official one, because the style they're using is very different. But this one's based off the Vanny's YOUTOOZ plush, and it looks pretty good. I like it. So, if there's a part 2, I'll probably make Monty, Glamrock Chica, and Roxy. But yeah, now it's down to the Springtrap figure. Before I get on to Springtrap, I just noticed that I forgot to add an eyebrow to Glamrock Freddy. Sorry, him and Springtrap are a little bit rushed, but bear with me. Alright, now it's hopping to Springtrap. Now, in my opinion, Springtrap could have been a little bit better. His eyes are a little bit wonky, and he's very tall. But YOUTOOZ's Springtrap would probably look a lot more like the Funko Pop. It'd probably look a lot better, too. Colors would be like... The colors are actually good on this one. Funko doesn't get their colors good for Springtrap, but I feel like YOUTOOZ would get it good. But that's just my Springtrap. Hopefully YOUTOOZ is a lot better. And yeah, that was the last YOUTOOZ concept. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This video took me a very long time to make. Sorry I was stuttering a lot. I was a little bit nervous recording this, but it was like a lot to read. But I hope you guys liked it. I'll try to not stutter in the next video. Sorry about that. If you want to see a part 2, like and subscribe. Part 2 would probably be the weather animatronics and the pizza simulator ones. Now, part 2 wouldn't be up that soon because I have a Hex video of Hex plushes. I ordered the Hex plushes and I made some concepts. I'll put one on the screen right now. But that will probably be the next video. Maybe a FNAF news video on all the new merch because I did a poll and a lot of people wanted to see the new FNAF merch that's coming out in January. And I'll maybe make a couple concepts about it for it. It wouldn't be that many though. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.